It's time for this week's edition of the Sunday Showdown Sit Down with me, Tom Gamble, creator and organizer of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, which celebrates its silver 25-year anniversary this fall. Now, with the podcast each week, what we do is we look back at the previous week, we look ahead to this week. Pep rallies at Skyline Chili's and also the games in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. So last week, a huge week, if you will, of pep rallies. We had three. We ventured up to the greater Dayton area, Tuesday at Monroe, Wednesday at Springboro, Thursday at Centerville. All three outstanding rallies. And one of them between two schools that met on Friday night where Springboro handed Centerville its first defeat of the season, 21-17. So thanks to all those schools and all the fans and football teams, bands, cheerleaders, and the Skyline Chili owner-operators who staged some great pep rallies. Now this way, we had one showdown game last week, the opening night of play in the Greater Catholic League Co-Ed Division. A week previous, Moeller St. X in the GCL South with that opener, great game. Last Friday night, Kettering-Alter at McNicholas, and Alter wins 28-7. The Alter team, which is a perennial power in the state, a little bit young this year, but McNicholas came in highly touted as well, but Alter really took control from the outset, and now Alter's beaten McNicholas 20 of the last 21 games. A great night, however, at McNicholas, great crowd. And so we had three pep rallies and one showdown game last week. Well, this week, one pep rally and two huge showdown games on Friday night. So that's what we do here. We take a look ahead. So let's look at Tuesday night. They pep rally at the Reading Skyline Chili for Reading High School. The Blue Devils off to a 4-0 start. They're now 4-2. They've lost two straight weeks, but no shame to unbeaten Wyoming and unbeaten Madeira last week. The Blue Devils took Madeira to overtime, so we'll get them ready for their game this week where they host Finneytown. So we'll be Tuesday night. Kickoff is 6 p.m. at the Reading Skyline Chili. We look forward to that. That's always a good one. Have some fun and help raise some monies, too, for Reading High School. As 20% of the food sales from 6 to 8 go back to the high school. So we'll get ready on Tuesday. Then we've got two big, as I mentioned, showdown games on Friday night. One has to be one of the games of the year, and that is Winton Woods at Kings in the ECC. Now, there's still some weeks to play, naturally. This is week 7, but most believe, and it's hard not to, that this will be your ECC championship game, and something must give, as they like to say, and I'll get to the streaks that are on the line, but we also go out east for Clinton-Massie, the defending state champion, at Western Brown, the high-flying Broncos. It's Brown County Fair Week out in Mount Orab and Brown County, but a big game on Friday night. So those are our two games, Winton Woods at Kings and Clinton-Massie at Western Brown. So I'll start with Winton Woods and Kings. Winton Woods, the defending Division II state champ, ranked number 2 behind Archbishop Akron Hoban, or flip that around a little bit there. They should be number 1. I don't see how you're undefeated the way Winton was at 6-0 and dropped from 1 to 2, but nonetheless, Kings in the top 5 as well. So here are your streaks. Winton Woods has won 15 consecutive games. Now, they trailed at halftime last Friday to Anderson, 24-21. All they did was score 35 unanswered to win 62, put up 62 points in that victory over Anderson. They've scored 39 or more in every game, have the Warriors. And as I mentioned, they've won 15 straight games. Now, how about Kings? They won again last week. They haven't lost in the regular season to the final game. You got back to 2019. They won 21 straight regular season games. They lost to West Claremont that year at the end of the season. But last year, Kings won 14-13 against Winton Woods during the regular season, and then the Warriors got the Knights 31-21 in the postseason. So Kings has also won 17 of its last 18. They only lost that one to Winton Woods. Now, you've got some talented players in this game. Kings quarterback Will Coker, he ranks 3rd in the ECC in passing yards, 1,484, 18 TDs, just 2 interceptions. Vance George, a talented Winton Woods quarterback, he ranks 4th. And how about Trey Cornist? He leads the ECC in rushing, the Winton Woods speedster, 962 yards on the ground, likely to go over 1,000 this week, maybe, and 15 TDs. So this should be a great game. Kickoff, 7 o'clock. Kings has a beautiful facility, so we'll be there. Now, remember, if you can't make it out to the games, we'll keep you posted all night long with score updates, some video highlights, and, of course, interviews of the MVPs at game's conclusion, including Kings Winton Woods. Now, I mentioned Clinton-Massie, Western Brown. Clinton-Massie, which last season won its third state championship in the last 8 seasons. A talented Clinton-Massie program always got off to an uncharacteristic, however, slow start this year for Clinton-Massie after going 14-1 a year ago. But they've won 2 straight, and they appear to be playing their best football, and they'll need to against a very good Western Brown team. 5-1, their only loss is at Jackson. They knocked off New Richmond last week, previously undefeated New Richmond, 36-20. Now, the name here is Drew Novak, quarterback of Western Brown. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I should say, against Miami Trace, he passed Joe Burrow. That's right, Bengals QB, former Athens High School star, to move into the top 5 in the all-time passing yards for careers in the state of Ohio in OHSAA history. Now Drew Novak has nearly 12,000 passing yards. Last Friday night, 20-31, 302 yards and 3 TDs, and that's kind of an average night for this guy who is really putting it up. 1,937 yards passing, 18 TDs, just 6 interceptions in the Broncos' first 6 games. So this should be a great game, likely to be a shootout, one would think, on a Brown County Fair Week at Western Brown. So there's your 2 games for Friday night. Now, a reminder, between now and then, we have a lot of features daily for you. We have the Mercy Health Huddle from our great presenting partner, Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'll have our Meyer Then and Now. Meyer, also a tremendous presenting partner of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. So we'll do those on Monday and Wednesday, and then we'll mix in some team previews, some game previews. Obviously, Cincinnati.com has been a partner. Scott Springer, who I believe is out on vacation this week. But no, we got you covered. Brady Labor, we'll be talking about the games, getting you ready, doing some team previews. Maybe another crosstown conversation this week. How about coach and player? You have to check it out to see. It's at X-Town Showdown right here. That's our Twitter. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram all week long. And we'll have the matchups of these 2 games where we'll get a little bit more in-depth into the players, coaches, and these programs that make what we believe is the best high school football week in and week out anywhere, right here as we celebrate the 25-year anniversary of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer. So quick review. Tuesday, we're at Reading Skyline Chili. Pep rally for Reading High School. 6 o'clock is the kickoff there. Then Friday, we'll get 2 big games. The massive matchup in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. 6-0 Kings hosting 6-0 Kings, hosting 6-0 Winton Woods, the defending D2 state champ. Kings has won 21 straight regular season games. Winton Woods, 15 in a row overall. And then on the east side, defending state champ in its class, Clinton-Massie. The Falcons travel to take on the high-flying Western Brown Broncos led by senior quarterback Drew Novak. Figure to both be great games. 7 o'clock kickoffs for both. Again, we'll have you covered. And don't forget, the final quarter, Fox 19 Now. Joe Daneman, Jeremy Rao, a great partner as well of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. They've got you covered with all the video highlights each and every week. So there you have it. It's another great week ahead in the 25-year anniversary of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer. This has been another Sunday Showdown sit-down with me, Tom Gamble. Make it a great week and enjoy some high school football.